Brown Beauty, what's up, girl?
I know.
Man, what you have to say
Okay.
on this topic, man? You've heard a couple people
I'm
talk now.
so
You know
lost.
what the topic is. Do you
Yeah, I'm
agree
trying to get on the
with
topic.
like what this woman said in the video? Do you disagree? And why is your stance what it is?
Okay, so I'm trying to bring my brain cells all the way back. Um, all right, so from what she said, uh, yeah,
You want me to
I
play the
don't
audio
agree
one
with
more
it
time?
fully. I think you should because it's been like
Okay,
10 hours ago. Yeah.
I'll play the audio one more time.
Okay,
Majida,
everybody
I've
can
got
hear
an
it.
idea. I think it's time for us to start dating each other. You guys have been wanting to do that though. Like, it's not like it's a new thing. You guys have been wanting to do that. The only people you guys have respect for are other men. The only people you guys have genuine love for are men. The only people you will show kindness to without expecting anything in return are other men. The only reason why men still continue to pursue women is because they want to prove and perform heterosexuality by having sex with women. That's it. There's no other reason why men pursue women. You guys are tired of us. You find us annoying. You don't find us funny. You find us irritating. You find us too difficult. You find us too dramatic. This, then the third. This, then the third. This, then the third. The only people you will only fully be comfortable with and be willing to understand fully are other men. With us, it's just your masculinity and wanting to perform heterosexuality by having sex with women. That's it. It's just to boost your ego. You guys only pursue women because you want to boost your ego. Other than that, you guys want each other. Ayafunana madoda, and I've been saying this. Niyathandana, niyafunana, and romantically, food. And I know there's probably gonna be men up in my comments telling me shit to man, yeah, that's not true. Yeah, you know it's true. The only people you guys really, really love, Mama Shida. You
So, fellas,
Okay.
before she speaks, fellas, do you only want to prove your heterosexuality by sleeping with women? Do you have no interest in? Do you not actually value women? Do you not actually respect women? Are you a man that only just tolerates women and you only want to prove your
Mm.
heterosexuality by sleeping with women? Is that true, guys? I want to know, guys. Are you
Mm.
guys like that? I want to know. Go ahead, Brown Beauty. Go ahead.
Oh my God, thank you. Okay, because I am just, first of all, I just want to say this. Um, People got to get their head off of social media when you make generalized statements. I am so annoyed by these statements at this point. And people are going to say that she has a point. You have a point based off of your personal experiences. And when you speak like that, you're generalizing it and saying that men feel this way. When that is, I'm 34 and literally have not ran into men who just feel like, oh, I just want you for this, just to look like I'm heterosexual. I've freaking never heard it. Never heard it. So it's whatever you deem as true. Somebody even said it's all over the app. Exactly. It's over the app. Y'all are looking at things that go viral and y'all generalize men as if all men are saying that or thinking that way. I think it's based off of those men who think like that or who are doing that are doing it based on the fact that they may like men too. So they want to look like amongst the crowd that they like women only. That's that part though. That is not to say that when I walk outside the house and I look at men, most men are coming to me because they want to look like they like women. No. That's why I say like when you have personal experiences, you need to make it personal. Do not generalize things based off of what you see and what you pay attention to. Like if all I focus on is red pill men on the app, I'm going to think the whole world is filled with red pill men. And everywhere I walk, I'm going to run into red pill men. If they say something to me, if they think I'm attractive, I'm going to automatically deem them as this way.
Right.
Versus saying, oh, there's just people who think this way. And it's not, I'm not going to always run into these type of people. I may never run into these type of people. I may only see them on this app. But people don't close the app enough to know that real people exist and that most men don't, a lot of men, let me just say a lot of men, don't think this way unless you have your mind planted like that. That's why you think like that. Because I don't see it like that. I really don't.
And you know
I
what
just don't.
and not to cut you off, Brown Booty, but you're 100% right about everything you just said, but especially that last part. I think there are people, both men and women, that they really don't even interact with the opposite sex for real in real life. So what they see on
In real
TikTok,
life.
what they see, yeah, keyword real life.
Real
Real
life.
life.
Damn.
Like when I turn this camera off, like when you turn this camera off, like real life, like really going outside or really having relationships with other people of the opposite sex. Like I think some
Hold
people
on.
really
Okay.
don't have these
Sorry.
relationships and don't
Mm-hmm.
interact with people of the opposite sex enough. So what they see on TikTok, what they see on YouTube, that's real life for them. That's how
Right.
that programs their thinking, and they just try to make it seem as if that's like what's really going on out here, and it's like that's crazy to me, especially as people that are supposed to be adults. Like that's crazy to me.
And then the thing is, honestly, sometimes people say these things, and sometimes even not even necessarily personally experience these things is based off what you have viewed and heard people say on the app. And if you say, okay, you're generalizing by saying a lot of men, because a lot of goddamn men don't think like that. That's why. Like y'all are annoying at this point. It's just irritating because y'all say these things and don't really think about it, and y'all give a lot of excuses to why somebody's saying something. Because what you're doing, because she can say that, and that be her personal experience. It can be her personal experience, but the way she said it made it sound like majority of the men that you may come across is doing it this way, is thinking this way, which is crazy to me because it's like, okay, some of the things that she did say, a lot of women say too. We need to just be with
Right.
women. Women should just be with women. People literally came in my live when we were talking about something saying, well, this Steve lady, this is why y'all just go to women. What is that fixing? Y'all think like women that date women don't have issues either? Like, what? I'm confused. So that's just kind of why it's kind of like frustrating to hear that when it's said that way. You can say things based on what you have personally experienced and not make it a general statement amongst all men or a general statement amongst all women. Because there's some men who do it too, but I'm just saying in a general aspect, like you can't clump everybody together based on what you see on your For You page, based
Right.
on what you follow, based on what comes up to you. It doesn't mean that majority of the men that you come across is going to want you just for that purpose to look like they're hetero. That just don't
And
make sense
this
to me.
is
Because like
and
I
this
said, I
is
hear a
my
lot of women
thing.
say, forget the men. We just want the men for this.
And this is
Go
my
ahead.
thing, Brown Beauty.
Sorry.
I literally had a 2.5 hour conversation with a lady friend of mine yesterday. Like strictly a lady friend, like never put a fingernail on her a day in life before. So my thing is whether a man or a woman, if you do have these relationships, with people of the opposite sex in real life, you wouldn't even be getting on your platform and saying things like the things she said in the first place, man or woman, because you know that that's not true. Now you know that there are,
Right. That's
again,
the thing.
like I acknowledge, like you acknowledge, like people have acknowledged. Do these people exist? Yes, these men exist. These women exist. But if you really
They
have
do.
enough relationships and respectful platonic relationships with people of the opposite sex, you're not going to have that mindset. So it's either you really believe what you're saying, or you're just trying to get on the bandwagon and like I don't know,
Start some
like
shit.
get some engagement. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or yeah, and just get people on that point of view.
Right.
Which again, I wouldn't want to make my personal experience your truth to you because it's true to
Right.
me. It may not be your truth. It may not be true for you. So it's like that's why I say like when you say certain things, just say it and make it for you. Don't make it where these men are like this, all these men are like this. Because that's you viewing from your own experience because you can't view from everybody because you ain't been with them all. It's only people that you either pay attention to on the app or people that you've personally been with that you can make that truth for. It
Right.
can't not be for general. You can't generalize that.
And let me ask you this as a woman. For the woman, again, like I asked Vada and Miss Chalet, for the women that this, if you were to like really ask them and they were to say that this has been their only experience with men, or this has been their experience with men on a very large scale, why do you think you know, that has been their experience?
Why has been their experience by the type of men that they have dealt with?
Yes. Why have they largely attracted only these type of men that have not really wanted anything to do with them other than to sleep with them?
I'm gonna say because I honestly do feel like it's almost like okay, like when you're like a dog or something, like they can smell meat, they can smell like blood and stuff like that. Like they can smell certain things. I feel like they can whatever you're probably experiencing or like it's something about yourself, they're flocking to that. Like a man who wants to be controlling is not gonna go after a woman who is very sure of herself, very confident, because they know I can't take her down. They're gonna go after someone who looks like or seems as though they can easily manipulate them. So it may sometimes be something about you that is that you're putting out that you don't realize that is attracting that type of energy, that is attracting those type of people. Or maybe it's something that inside of you that you are wanting that is in those type of men, but you're settling for those type of men or getting attention from them based off what you're needing. So you're more so prone to that type of guy because of where you are probably mentally or emotionally or whatever the case is.
So you're saying that whether it's a woman, whether it's a man, and they're attracting these type of people, they do have some percentage of accountability in why they're getting the results that they're getting.
In some way, like, because if you leave it at just like, because I know when the girl is saying like, well, you can't help who attracted to you, whatever case is. That's true, but like, I have to push it a little bit further just to get the understanding of it because to me, I don't really, it doesn't really matter to me who I attract. For, like in different ways, like different, I can attract different type of people. It doesn't mean I'm going to like them,
Right.
but based off of who I entertain is what I'm going to put more of my effort towards. So
Energy.
I have
Right.
to know based off who I'm entertaining. I need to know why I'm entertaining those type of people. I can also wonder why I'm attracting certain type of people as well. But it still goes off to like who I'm willing to entertain, and then I need to understand why I'm willing to entertain those type of men. Because men are very watchful. They watch what type of men you date. I talked to this one guy. He's like, I wouldn't talk. I didn't think you would talk to me because I thought you was like pretty boys. I'm just like, why do you think that? I'm even no, the guys every day, I don't think they're pretty boys like that. But they go off of what they see you doing, whatever they think that. So I don't. I think it's just really who you kind of like entertain in a way.
Right. You like you said, who you entertain and who you give your energy to. But my whole thing at the end of the day is, listen, as a man or a woman, like there's something called a common denominator, and it's like you're clearly the one that's the common denominator in this scenario. So if you're the one that's the common denominator in this scenario, I think as the person, man or woman, you need to go look in the mirror and do some soul searching and find out why you keep on running into the same people or entertaining the same people, giving energy to the same people. Like I'm not saying that I'm
Giving
not saying
energy,
that these
yeah.
people don't have any accountability in the interaction, but you can't just put it all on the other people. Like there's a reason that these people keep on coming to you, and like you
Hold
said,
on.
you
If
might
y'all
not
say
even be
another
aware of it.
patriarchal, you said what?
Like you said,
What is that?
you might not even be aware of it. So that's why I say you need to do some soul searching and find out, like, damn, what is it? What is it about me? Is it the clothes that I'm wearing? Is it the people that I'm hanging around? Is it the social circles that I'm like running in? What is it that I keep on attracting and running into these same type of people?
Belly,
But
get some followers and come
I
up and
think a
talk to
lot of
me,
women
okay?
don't want to have that conversation though, because a lot of women, when it comes to accountability, they don't want to have that conversation. But yeah,
No, because that's the thing, and the frustrating thing is like I don't know when people think when you say things it's like one sided. Accountability clearly goes both ways. If you're a man and you're attracting these type of women and you're tired of getting played, you're tired of your wheels getting blown out. Like you got to figure out what you're attracting, what energy you're attracting. So if y'all are, if in the feelings about that, like it is literally both sides. It's both sides. Like, I don't understand why that word is so offensive to y'all. Like, we do have, so do we never supposed to take accountability of the things that we entertain, the situations that we are in, that we can control? That's all we're saying is the things that you can control. That's all that it is. Like, I don't know the sensitivity in that when it comes to accountability and certain things.
Facts.
Winter. Thank you, Winter.
But thank you,
Yeah, I don't
Brown Beauty.
understand why
I
that word is
appreciate you
offensive.
so much.
You're
Always
welcome.
appreciate you having on. Always appreciate you being on here. Always love seeing you. And you have a great night. All right.
Thank you, you too.
All right. Goodness gracious, bro.